Ever feel like you are stuck in a never-ending cycle of doing the same thing over and over and over? Wish there was a faster, easier way to manage all the things? Well, trust me, you are not alone. Today I'm sharing my top 5 time-saving tips in ClickUp that will completely transform your productivity and help you ditch that busy work and finally get more done in less time. And if we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Yvonne Heimann, aka Evie from AskEvie.com, and I help digital entrepreneurs and service providers turn their passion into profit by automating their business so you can dominate your industry without burning yourself out. Let's get into this time-saving gems. Number 1, time-saving tip right here in ClickUp. Not yet on automation, we'll come to those in just a second. On Fire List. The On Fire List is a custom view right here in ClickUp. It is a complete game changer when it comes to prioritizing your task. Because how often is it? What do I need to get done? What's happening? Oh my God, I completely forgot to take care of that one and now it's just poof, too late. That one up. That's what your On Fire List is here for. This specifically saves you a ton of time and brain power, allowing you to be more productive by putting those most urgent and important tasks to the top. Really simple. In your everything view, you set up a new view, which is a list view, and you sort them by priority. So you set your group in ClickUp by priority. That's simple. We do want to collapse subtasks usually because it just becomes too much and too overwhelming. We really want to get this list focused. You can add some filters in this. I exclude some locations and I make sure that the due date is set. Did I mention you always should have an assignee and due date set in ClickUp, as well as setting this to me mode. Now, what all of these settings are doing is, first of all, it groups it by priority, meaning you need to use the priority flag right here in ClickUp. When something pops up and it is urgent, flag it. If something is getting to the point of, ooh, high priority, flag it. That's what this On Fire List does. And not only that, it then also sorts it by due date. That's why you have this little arrow here. The filters make sure you only see what you need to see here and your resource locations within ClickUp are filtered out. And Me Mode says it's you. It's only your tasks. It's not your assistant's task. It's not the rest of the team. It's only you. This means this custom view within ClickUp allows you to prioritize what needs to get done and be more productive. Tip number 2, ClickUp templates. Oh my God, a godsend, a godsend. Now, let's center for a second. Take a deep breath. Your templates don't need to be perfect. Let me repeat this. Your templates in ClickUp don't need to be perfect. In the best case scenario, and your future goal when building templates is having a task template with the subtasks, with the assignees, with your timeline laid out, as well as the estimated time each subtask is going to take. Now, what does that look like? You can look right here. This is our process of our podcast creation. And if you're interested about this, we actually have this as a full-on template. This is a process and a template that we have been polishing and automating and all kinds of things over the last literally 5 years and multiple podcasts. Love this. This is the only way I am able to push out a episode every single week with guests and everything that goes into. If you ever have produced a podcast, you know how much is going on there. This is the only way I'm able to handle this. We got the episode right here. We need to prep all of the assets, the graphics, blah, all the things. Send off the shorts to the editor. Get the graphics done. Draft the show notes, draft the blog posts, schedule the posts in Transistor, which is our podcast host. Schedule the video on YouTube. We have changed the process a little bit, gotta update the template. We gotta get the promo for the podcast ready. We gotta schedule the announcement email. We gotta prove the blog post, make sure all the SEO is done, and then send it off to the guests so they have all the access. You can see right here, there is a due date which connects to the live date. Why is that? The live date, first of all, shows on the calendar, doesn't matter to us right now. In the process of, hey, recording done, we have an automation running that automatically pulls in this template with the due dates, with the assignees, with the subtasks. And all I need to do is change this due date because ClickUp automatically reassigns the subtask due dates and changes all of those dates. Now I am so productive right here in ClickUp using ClickUp templates, having an automation running that when I say recording done, that whole template gets applied. The due dates get updated by the moment I change the main task due date. Everybody gets notified. Can you imagine how much time you are saving in your project management, admin time, BS? 2 clicks. Now again, we just talked about this. Work towards this. We didn't start here. Start with the subtasks. Cool. We cleaned those up. Use the assignees. Add the due dates. Add the time estimates. Work in steps to get to this point. And then you'll be able to grow into automated templates within ClickUp, giving you the ability to automate all of this in just 2 clicks and everything is done. Which brings us to email automation. I am using the example again of managing our podcast production. There's so much going on. So much going on. Those guests need to get emails over and over and over and over again. They're getting an email when they submitted their information. They're getting an email to schedule. They're getting an email when the recording is done. They're getting an email when all of the assets are done. Write that email over and over and over again and then send it over and over and over again. You're already running the process in here. It makes you so much more productive and the process is so much more efficient setting up an automation. As you can see right here, when we are all done in our production and the email needs to get out, we have an automation based on this podcast stage. Stage, not status. If you don't know what I'm talking about, search status versus stages. I'll explain it all. We also have an additional filtering if it's one of our VIP guests or if it is one of our standard guests. With that, the moment those data points are reached, the moment I say, done, all of the assets are done, cool, awesome, it sends out an email and it's the same email. And you can use all of the custom fields from that task. Hey, cool, thank you so much. Welcome to the VIP experience. This is when your show goes live. Here's the podcast episode. Here's the blog post. Here's the YouTube. Here are your VIP perks. Yes, you're getting full access to all the video. Yes, you're getting full commercial rights. Yes, you are getting AI generated content. And now suddenly, again, I am super productive within ClickUp because everything is done and this email goes out. Why are you writing emails over and over and over again? You are already doing the work within ClickUp. You can be so much more productive by simply setting up an email automation that does this. And not only that, when this email is been triggered, it is in the activity view too, meaning you have a track record of the conversation with your clients, in this case with the guest of my podcast, all the things. Tell me again why you're still writing your emails manually rather than automating them in ClickUp. Now we are diving deep into content creation with these automation and time-saving tips right here in ClickUp today. You might have heard me talk about this automation before. Because I don't know about you, but I absolutely freaking hate creating Google Drive folders every single time I need to upload something. We have YouTube videos, we have podcasts. There is so much going on where I theoretically, if I wouldn't run this efficiently and productive within ClickUp, would need to spend time to go into Google Drive and create that episode folder and create the subfolders and do all the things and then link it back to ClickUp so I can easily find it. Hills to the no! I'm way too freaking lazy to do that. So what do? We have a webhook automation that triggers a webhook and sends information to make.com. This information comes into make.com. That has the ClickUp task ID. We make sure we got all of the task information. Then we create a folder in Google Drive specifically for this episode. And they are specifically named for this episode, specifically put into the year this episode is being published. Again, with a click of a button in ClickUp, I have generated the main folder, named it the way I wanted to name it, and not only that, it also generated within that main episode folder a final folder where my editor is going to throw in the final video when it's edited, a raw folder where the moment I'm done recording, I drop all these things in, and not only that, it also has the graphics folder. The graphics get added in. Now suddenly, my digital asset management is so clean, so easy. I don't even have to worry about it. Everything is named how I wanted to name it. Everything is saved where I wanted to save it. and it is automatically linked within ClickUp too. Because when I go down here, there is a Google Drive folder, and if I go into it, I am straight up in the episode folder. Tell me again why you can't be productive in ClickUp. I'm passionate about this kind of stuff, just a little bit. Now, last but not least, some real simple automation, yet having a big impact with the team, is automating comments right here in ClickUp. Running this automation is like having a personal assistant. For example, you can let the team know that we need some additional edits, that I'm done recording. In this specific case, there is quite a few things happening all at the same time where, hey, this video needs some changes. Cool. Hey, by the way, Lucas, this needs some edit and a little polishing is needed. Thank you so much. We are also assigning the task to him and change the due date to 2 days later and change the status in progress, because initially when this got to the client, it was in waiting internal. And now all the client has to do is, hey, I need changes. And all of this happens automatically. It's like, hey, Lucas, cool, awesome, we have a couple little changes. You are having this conversation and bringing a task to the forefront to really engage with your team, bring them back into what's happening right now, and make everybody more productive right here in ClickUp. And there you have it. We looked at how to keep your tasks in check with the on fire list, how to use templates for faster workflows, and even how to automate those repetitive emails you are still writing over and over and over again. We also covered generating Google Drive folders automatically. Imagine that. And keeping your team updated with comment automation. So if you are ready to boss your business and level up your productivity, these tips will get you there. And hey, if you are ready to get your ClickUp fully organized like a pro, check out this video right here where I walk you through organizing your chaos. It is the ultimate guide to ClickUp custom views to make you even more productive and take that on fire list to the next level, building more custom views specifically based for different use case scenarios.